We are live.
Now, when you say people enjoy these Saturday streams, what are you basing that on?
Response and that the chat's already popping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear.
Everyone's saying hello to each other.
No one responds to me. No one tells me these. I don't get any of these reviews.
It was Dan Sullivan, Danny from Bill Ricca.
Oh, so one guy likes it.
No, that's one specific that I think you are
Okay.
aware of.
He's a good man.
Yeah. John at the diner says, I really wish I had something better to do.
See, this doesn't sound positive.
That's mean, actually.
This
Yeah.
is not positive feedback.
Oh.
Well, folks, you can join the chat on patreon.com/blindmike.
Yeah.
$1 tier disappearing soon, so hurry up.
It's getting full.
I have a bold prediction if you'd like to start there this morning.
I love predictions.
Mark it down, folks. Take out your phones, put it in your calendar. Because I am declaring 5 years from today, soccer will surpass baseball in popularity in this country.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in general. I was like, it already has.
No, in the world, it certainly has. But I think in America, because now I see, you forget that the hipsters are able to start trends. You know, like I've noticed over the last few years, it's become cool, like bars open on Saturday mornings and people come and watch soccer and shit like that.
Yep.
Now I'm seeing Barstool tweet about it all the time. I think it's going to be big. Meanwhile, baseball is just falling off. No one gives a fuck.
No,
no one even really notices it's gone.
No, and Barstool's actually been pushing soccer a lot, which I fucking hate it.
I've noticed that though. I've picked up on that, and now I'm declaring soccer to the moon, baseball down. Stock is. If I was Jim Cramer right now, I'd be putting a big X over baseball.
I think once baseball comes back, you'll just be like, yeah, I might have jumped the gun.
Probably. Just back to normal.
Yeah. Soccer is fun to play, terrible to watch. Very accurate.
I think people are betting on it, though. And you forget. Now, let's not forget, folks. Let's not discount these hipsters, because it wasn't that long ago that superheroes were for nerds, and now they're the biggest thing in the fucking world.
Yes.
Once hipsters get their mitts on something, that's what I'm betting on here.
There's got to be like an underground chat they have when they're like, we're going to make this big.
yeah. We're going to rocket this to the moon. And if I'm wrong, the upside is that no one will even really remember. No one will know who I am in 5 years. That's the nice thing about this.
That's not true. You're going to be Boston's #1 radio personality.
Oh, God. Even worse. By the way, speaking of Boston radio, that just reminded me. Have we talked about this? Have you ever heard Big 103?
I've heard of it. I don't think I've listened to it.
It's the station. We talked about it on KMS. Like Steve was still on the show. It used to be AMP. It was a pop station here in Boston, and they switched over to Big 103, and they have virtually no employees. Like there's no DJs on the air. There's just a board op that runs the music. I assume I don't even know if they're located in Boston, but it's just like a computer generated radio station basically. And I think it's Entercom's best station, oddly enough, which says more about what the other stations have become. But the reason I bring it up is because tune in next time you're driving around in your vehicle. Throw on Big 103 just to hear the the imaging. You know, like how every radio station has a voice. You know, the legendary WEEI, like that guy.
Yeah.
Big 103's it's a different voice than the other radio stations. It's a unique guy, and he says things like, he'll just come on, like they'll be playing a song. Michael Jackson's on, the song ends, and this voice just goes like, "Who's hogging the bathroom? Big 103."
Should I dip in and see if we can catch them?
It's just non sequitur. No, because the odds of us tuning in at the exact right time, I don't want to wait too long for it.
Well, what if it is?
What we should do is put together a compilation at some point. We'll see if we can find them.
I can do that,
and we'll put some together. But it's these like non sequiturs that make no sense. So and sometimes they try to be topical, but even those don't make sense. Just keep an ear out for it, folks. You know, don't write down an Intercom station in your ratings diaries, but tune in for a moment.
Oh man, that's so funny. If that's number one.
I think it's easily their best state. Like it's not even close. The key to success at Entercom: just get rid of all the employees
Say something about the toilet real quick.
and turn on Spotify.
I do
Yes.
want to apologize. I'm not wearing a hat, so if I come across as too corporate today,
Oh, are you in the office?
no, I'm in my room. I'm just not wearing a hat.
Right away, Mr. Mr. Mittman.
Sorry, Mr. Mittman.
I enjoyed that
That was very
quite a
funny.
lot.
That was very funny.
Speaking of sports, we started with sports here. Hot on sports takes today. Just you didn't see what happened to Brittany Griner.
No, no, I did not.
Saw my boy Robert Little tweeting about it this morning. She was arrested in Russia.
What's her name?
Brittany Griner.
In Russia.
She went to. She's like the best play. She's the closest to a male athlete in the WNBA. Like she's the best player, I think.
Oh, there's a wicked funny I know her face. There's a funny video that people are taking bets on if she could beat Boogie Cousins one-on-one, and it was very funny because no one thought that.
There's no chance. But so she was in Russia, I guess. WNBA doesn't pay very well. I'm surprised because of how popular it is and how much better it is than the male version of basketball.
Yeah, right.
But evidently they don't pay very well, so a lot of the athletes play internationally in the off season.
Mhm.
And I guess Russia pays very well, particularly pays women very well, oddly enough. And so Brittany Griner was over there, and she's going through the airport in Moscow, I think, and
Mhm.
she's got I don't even know that it's 100%. It might have just been that she had weed in her bag.
I can read it. Like
It's also possible that they planted it. I wouldn't be stunned.
basketball star Brittany Griner has been detained in Russia after vape cartridges were found in her luggage at the airport.
Yeah. And now they're holding her as like kind of an example. Like no one knows what they're gonna do to her.
That's not good at all.
That is wild.
You also got to know not to do that shit. If it was weed, you got to know not to do that in Russia, especially fucking right now.
Yeah, which is why I'm wondering if they are just trying to make an example out of an American celebrity.
Celebrities tough.
Well, I'm actually surprised you don't know her name. Like of WNBA players, she's certainly the most famous, I think.
I do recognize her face.
Yeah. She was a big deal in college.
Mm.
But that's pretty wild. She's essentially a martyr now. Like Biden's gonna have to come in and save her.
That's not
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to her.
Give us Ukraine instead.
So, I stand with Brittany Griner.
Wow.
I'm gonna get that hashtag going.
This is another sports related arrest. Did you see this? Cain Velasquez.
I did, and it only stuck out to me because I thought to myself, I wonder if Garrison got involved, stepped in, put this guy in his place.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
For those of you that don't remember, Garrison the bartender, who you hear in our outro every episode, is 5'5", I believe, maybe 130 pounds. Small. I mean, like he's in shape for sure, but a small guy. And he claims that he wrestled Cain Velasquez in high school and lost. But after the match, Cain Velasquez went up to him and said, "Hey, man, I got a lot of respect for you. Not many people could pull off what you just did. You're really brave." What did Cain do?
So, this guy was like a serial molester at this daycare.
Mhm.
And one of the people he molested was his niece, I think.
Was Cain Velasquez's niece?
Yeah, big
Yeah.
fucking mess up there. So
Yeah. Oh my god. Imagine the horror.
So the dude got arrested and then let go on an ankle bracelet and there's like no bail restrictions. So when he was on his way to get the ankle bracelet, Cain found him and chased him down in his truck. They were in a vehicle in front. He crashed their car and just opened fire on the vehicle.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But so he ended up shooting that guy's dad.
Oh god.
Which is where the problem. If he shot the guy that did it, I think he's fine. but he
I mean, he
shot.
still should probably be arrested for sure. You can't just take justice into your own hands. But I
Right,
would respect it if it was the guy. Yeah.
right. No, he just he emptied his gun into the car.
Oh shit, that's not good.
Imagine being chased on a street and going, "Holy fuck, Cain Velasquez is behind me." He'd fuck Brock Lesnar up in a couple minutes.
And then imagine feeling the relief, like, oh, he's just got a gun. Thank God.
He's not
He's not going to savagely beat me.
I wish he did though.
I know.
I wish he just got up there and even if he beat him to death, he probably got like
I mean, in the end, it would have been better for him as well, I think.
it's gotta be very nice though if I was because I don't want to go to jail mostly because I don't want to get the fucking shit kicked out of me. It must be nice being him going, who's gonna fuck with me in jail?
I suppose that's true. Yeah. I think you still probably don't want to be,
Yeah.
in jail in general. But
Box eating dad says at least Rittenhouse actually got the pedo.
yeah, you're damn right.
Or the pedo.
Box eating dad. Another great point by box eating dad.
Pedo, not pedo. I'm stupid.
Well, I think that's how they say it in England. You're a real gentleman.
Pedo?
Pedophiles.
Oh, yeah, I'm upscale.
What's a worse feeling? You're a child molester. Let's say.
Yep.
Let's all say out loud, Craig is a child molester,
You could pick someone else.
and you find out one of two things. Either you find out that it's Cain Velasquez's niece that you molested, or Chris Hansen walks into the room.
I think I would rather Hanson.
I think so too, but then let's not forget. Let me rephrase that. Now let's go Chris Hansen at the height of To Catch a Predator. So a lot of people are going to see this.
That's fine.
Okay.
You're
all right with that?
I would be because if not, my dad's getting shot by stray bullets.
Yeah, that's just your dad, though. You get off pretty easy.
I get along with my dad. I love him very much. He's a very nice guy.
Oh, I didn't understand that.
Well, I've never heard those in one sentence before.
Well, Jesus, praying for Cain Velasquez. Sorry, Brittany Griner, I have to move my attention to the great Cain Velasquez.
Because the problem is everyone's like, we agree with you, but you shot the wrong guy, stupid.
I know. That's tough. It's going to be tough for a lawyer to to pull that off.
He's gonna go. He shot the wrong guy, and he's gonna get arrested for attempted murder. So he's gonna be gone for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, even if he shot the right guy, who agrees with his tactics, I'd say good for him, but he should still probably go to jail in some form or fashion.
I
can't just have people fucking pulling up to suspected criminals with guns and
right.
unloading.
I agree, but I'm just saying, like, I think there's been cases in the past when the judge has thrown it out.
Yeah, I remember there was a guy.
It was over 100 victims.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's what I'm saying. If he just was accurate, I don't know why he didn't throw a left or right hook. He's pretty good with those.
I know. Yeah, no, I 100% stand with Cain Velasquez, but I don't think the justice system will be too lenient on him, unfortunately.
I'm going to actually Google how much time he's looking at. I am curious.
I remember there was a case probably 10 years ago or something. A dad, I forget if he shot the guy or just beat the shit out of a guy that molested his child, and I'm pretty sure he got off.
Are you talking about the guy that shot the dude in the head?
Yes, I think so. Yeah. I didn't know if he beat him to death or shot him.
There was it's on video. The guy's getting arrested. He's walking through an airport. If we're talking about the same thing.
Oh, maybe I'm not thinking of the same one then.
Oh, there's one from the 80s when there was a guy whose kid got molested.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude got arrested. He was at an airport walking through. The guy whose dad it was, the victim's dad, was pretending to be on a payphone. And as the dude walked by him, he turned around and shot him in the head.
So Rescue Me stole another. Dennis Leary stole something else. That's an episode of
Rescue. Is that in Rescue Me?
Lenny Clark shoots the kid that runs over his Dennis Leary's son.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I think it was in an airport or a bus terminal or something.
Might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
So what's Cain looking at?
Cain Velasquez faces attempted murder charge after allegedly shooting a suspected child abuser. I know it was not the right guy.
I gotta say, this is sort of a maybe this is a sexist nation because this conversation started with how horrible would it be to be Brittany Griner, and we quickly moved on to a guy
Yeah, he was
who
Velasquez.
killed someone.
He
We
was
were like, this poor bastard.
Velasquez was 14-3 in the UFC's heavyweight division. At one point, he went on a 9-0 run. Like, why not just throw the gun in the river and just fuck him up? Like,
Yeah, right.
he beat Brock Lesnar by TKO in one round. I think he'll be fine with some fucking weirdo molester guy.
What did this guy beat the shit out of him?
That would actually be wicked funny.
He's like 14-4, pussy.
Then you get the gun. Oh shit! If found guilty, Velasquez faces a minimum of 20 years up to life.
Ah, boy,
Wow.
it's tough. Are
Wow.
his fight? Is he retired? Or his fighting days over?
His fighting days. He's been wrestling, like WWE and some other shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There's another Kane in WWE now.
Cain Velasquez. Yeah, he was for a minute, but then that was it.
Well, our hearts go out to Cain Velasquez, Brittany Griner, all of the injustice in the world.
But mostly Cain.
And I'm going to start a peace march at the Boston Commons for him. And I think that'll make a lot of difference.
Yeah, could.
Did you see any of that? I forgot. I meant to mention this the other day. Did you see the peace march in Boston last Sunday?
Yeah, Jerry was at it.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Doing what?
You talking about the Ukraine
Yeah.
thing, Boston Common? Yeah, Jerry was there.
What did he do there?
He was just checking it out.
Go home.
No, he agrees with them.
Get a job.
He agrees.
So I agree with them too. My thing with it was like, what is that? People gave me shit on. I tweeted something about it
Mhm.
because I'm kind of like, well, what does that do? What difference does that really? And people are like, how else are they supposed to show they support? And I'm like, I don't know. I get you don't, go over and fight in the Ukraine. I guess if it means that much to you.
I typically don't care what people do as long as they're not burning like Starbucks to the ground or whatever.
Yeah. I
whatever's
think
up-
I was fixated on it because I just like the image of like, so all these countries are pulling out of Russia, any trade agreements, the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, we're all pulling out of there. And fucking Putin's like, fuck them. I don't need them. We're going to be a global superpower. And his hand is hovering over the nuke button. And someone rushes in. Sir, they're gathering in a park in Boston. It's swarming with hipsters. And he's like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
I don't know how or like what Jerry was doing, but his biggest takeaway was how hot Ukrainian women were. So
That's sweet.
well,
That's very nice of him.
Yeah, compliment them, show support.
Yeah. Well, hey, go down in March if it. Maybe it helps. Maybe I'm unaware of how foreign policy has changed.
I'd definitely rather do it here than in Russia. You seen those videos?
Well, yeah, but then my whole thing is like, you're not standing with Russia. If you're tweeting like hashtag I stand with Russia, then go over there and
No. I was talking about
dodge a few bullets.
I was talking about the anti-war protests happening in Russia.
Oh no!
Oh,
I
dude,
don't know if I've seen that.
cops are coming down and just dragging people out.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like one cop will have someone's arms and the other cop will have their legs. Like it's funny looking. They can't do anything right.
That is fun.
It was very funny. Especially when the people are like calmly talking shit to the cops while they're pulling them.
It'd be fun if you sped it up to like double speed, so they're moving like an old timey.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
Well, our hearts go out to the people of the Ukraine. Oh, okay. Here's where I want to start today.
Mhm.
We're like a half hour in. I'm like, here's where we'll start.
20 minutes.
I texted you. I should do this more often because I always forget these things. What did I text you? What did I say?
Which one?
I asked you to remind me of something.
Oh, yes. That's right. I hold on. Remind me. Bathroom trash barrel.
I gave him no other details. It was just enough to
People are wondering
refresh
what
my memory.
if people are wondering what our conversations are like, that's a lot of the times similar.
That's pretty much it. Or links with no text at all.
Yeah.
Um.
And no commentary.
So get this. I've been living with this the broad in the other room for quite some time now.
How
About
was
a year and a half.
How was the fallout from our last show, by the way? You guys ended up yelling at each other in the middle of it.
Oh, it was playful. There was no real animosity.
Which, if you want to see what we're talking about, go to patreon.com/blindmike.
That's right. Patreon.com/blindmike. We're too hot for advertisers. So if you want the real wacky stuff, go to patreon.com/blindmike.
Yeah.
And maybe buy some merch as well on Teespring. That
Oh.
link is in our link tree, which is on all my social media. So go find it.
And if you have the Craig of the Month shirt, boy, are you in some lovely company.
Yeah, there's only 4 people. I mean, it's honestly more rare than like a Honus Wagner card.
It is. There's less.
So keep that in mint condition, folks, if you've got one.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing I was going to say
Bathroom trash
about this
barrel.
program?
Oh, what the
God damn
bathroom
it.
trash barrel possibly crossover?
Why are you laughing? Oh, Blind Mike Geary on TikTok and Instagram. That's what I was going to say.
And Venmo.
And Venmo. And go listen to a very good show. All right.
Yes.
Back to it. So the other day, I did not replace. I finished the toilet paper.
Mhm.
Used the last piece of toilet paper, and it was the exact right amount to clean my anus. And so I just went on with my day. I forgot about it. And then I was later scolded for not replacing the toilet paper.
Yep.
And Alba said, I always have to, she's like, it always results in me leaving the, what's the little cardboard thing in the middle? The tube.
The toilet tube.
Yeah, whatever it's called. She's like, I've noticed sometimes they'll just be like sitting on the windowsill, which is next to the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never understood that. And she's like, yeah, I put them there because there's no, I forget. I leave them there when there's, no toilet paper. I forget. And I go, why don't you just throw them in the trash? She's like, what trash? I go, the trash next to the toilet. We have one of those little barrels, as many people do. We've got the one with the, what do you call it? The revolving door, basically, on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll spin if you hit it hard enough.
So dare I say fancy? We're a fancy couple that has one of these trash barrels. And she goes, you don't throw trash in there. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, that is for decoration.
Oh boy.
Is that not psychotic?
It is.
Meanwhile, I have been filling that with trash for 18 months.
I am shocked that you just didn't get more shit for not replacing the toilet paper.
That wasn't a huge deal. It devolved into this madness about the trash barrel.
Because I hate, after I drop some heat and there's no toilet paper,
Yeah.
you have to do that waddle to get the toilet paper from under the sink.
I'll say I'm generally pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Although then I go in, so she changed the toilet paper, and I go in, and it's underneath. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Like the toilet paper's put on the wrong way. It's put on backwards.
Wait.
I don't go for that.
You have it come over the top.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, like normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These hate foreigners. They don't, they're not raised right.
People that go underneath need to be looked at.
Exactly. Yeah. It's careless.
Yeah, correct.
But I was more fascinated by the idea that the trash barrel is a decorative piece.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to say because I just throw trash in it.
It doesn't make any sense. So if we have guests over and they go into the bathroom and they would have to look between the toilet and the sink and think, oh, that's a nice piece of art.
Yeah, Carmela Soprano actually showed AJ's girlfriend how much her trash barrel cost for the bathroom.
Yeah. That's a delightful Monet behind the plunger and toilet brush.
$3,000.
Well, that was it. I just wanted to I wanted to vent that to the people because I was so taken aback by it.
What I do is I'll put, like, a Market Basket bag in that trash barrel,
Of course.
and then when it's full, you tie it and throw it in the regular trash.
Yeah, it works as a trash bag. Yes, absolutely.
I will say there's some places that don't have a bathroom trash at all.
Mhm.
Definitely never seen one that is decoration.
No, of course. But meanwhile, nary a peep has been said. Like, hey, why are you filling my favorite art with trash? Why are you blowing your nose and putting it in this piece of this piece of beauty I have here?
Robinson's B&B says, "As a female, I'm trying to resonate real hard with Alba, but I just can't. I don't understand it."
Right? It's psychotic.
I don't get it.
I'm glad even the ladies are with me on this because it doesn't.
That justifies your argument.
I can't fathom it.
Should we call my wife and ask her what she thinks?
Call everyone you know and see if anyone's ever heard of such a thing. I was flabbergasted, and I don't use that word often.
I was flummoxed.
Yeah.
All these words.
It wasn't even an argument because I was like, what? Like it changed everything I thought I knew. Like I put an old toothbrush in there when I was done with it.
Yeah. What does she think's in there? Nothing? She never empty your trash?
My next question was how has it been getting emptied? Because I rarely do it.
Yeah. So for the next 18 months, this trash hasn't been emptied?
I guess I've been the only one using it, and the 2 times I've emptied it has been enough.
Wow.
I don't use a lot of trash. I'll say that about myself.
Dan Sullivan says, "So who empties that trash can?" Mike sure doesn't. I guess you're wrong.
He's not wrong.
You said you've emptied it twice.
But that doesn't feel like enough.
I don't really use that trash can that often.
I guess that's probably what we're dealing with here. Is I don't use it as much as maybe I think I do.
Yeah. That's bizarre.
It's an unsolvable mystery, really. But I just wanted to, report it to you people. I felt it was something everyone should know exists out there.
I do like how this show has become like half at home gripes for Blind Mike.
Well, I don't do a lot. If I'm talking about my life, like this is it. These are my life experiences.
Well, I guess here's a question. This might have answered it because clearly you can't yet, but we have an update on Mike popping the question.
I have to rethink everything. I want my living situation, for God's sake.
Definitely put a 6-month hold on that for sure at minimum.
Yeah, she's costing herself. You hear that, lady? You better shape up.
For every bathroom trash barrel incident, that's one little stone off the ring. You're gonna propose with a fucking ring pop by the end of it.
I treat her like a kid that's going to Disney World. I'm like, Looks like another 5 months.
If you don't behave.
Like when my dad would yell at Santa out the car window.
Exactly. He's lying. That's just been my favorite.
No, stop it.
Because I remember believing too, and you'd be like, well, he can hear everything, so I better scream back.
Yeah, right. I mean, otherwise, if he just sees me sitting idly by.
Right. Like in
allowing this.
I always pictured it like in Bruce Almighty when he gets the prayers in a filing cabinet.
Right.
That's how
I think that was an accurate depiction.
That's how I pictured Santa Claus getting lists or inbox messages like Mike yelling out the back of a window.
No! He's a liar. This is the one who's been naughty.
He doesn't even like me that much.
I'll rarely see this guy.
It's funny because then when you grow up and you find out everything, you're like, oh, this was a money-saving ploy. Well, you wanted the PlayStation. Santa didn't think you were good enough for it.
By the way, speaking of Bruce Almighty,
mm-hmm.
I tweeted from the show account, the Twitter account, Blind Mike Proj on Twitter.
Yep.
I was really trying to rack my brain over the best comedies of the 2010s.
2010s. Let me see what your list was.
I think I came up with it. There's a couple I admit, like MacGruber. I definitely should have had on there. Someone
Great,
mentioned.
great movie. That's one of my favorites.
I just forgot. And some people said Get Him to the Greek. I didn't think of that as 2010s, but even that's borderline.
Popstar I haven't seen.
Popstar's very funny.
Bridesmaids I like. Horrible Bosses I like. This is the End I like. 21 Jump Street. The Overnight I haven't seen.
It's very fun. I don't know if it. I may have put it higher because it's the only funny movie that's been made in the last like 6 years.
The
But
Big Sick I haven't seen. Crazy Stupid Love I have not seen.
both good, very good romantic comedies.
The other guys is being insulted being this low down the list.
A lot of people said that.
And Ted. That's a pretty good list. I don't know.
But I think that speaks to how shitty comedies have become because like there should be better movies than that.
Yeah, I just checked the comments. Steve's grandma agrees with me.
Yeah,
Getting disrespected.
I understand. To be honest, I just started typing from memory, and the other guys popped up 8th. So,
We're the Millers. Holy fuck, dude! Like I like that movie, but
I thought of We're the Millers, but so here's my gripe with the 2010s is We're the Millers was borderline in my head,
yeah,
and that's where I was like, this is a rough list because if you go 2000s, like 2000 to 2009, you got some classics in there.
Yeah.
Old school, Superbad, Borat, Tropic
Yeah.
Thunder. Some of the greats.
22 Jump Street, definitely not.
Yeah, we throw sequels out.
Yeah, Hangover 2, no. Bridesmaids is very funny. I really like that movie.
Yeah, Bridesmaids. The Hangover sequels are, well, I don't know about the third one. The Hangover 2 is just The Hangover.
Yeah, and then the Hangover 3 is The Hangover, but in Taiwan or something.
I thought that's where they went in The Hangover 2.
Maybe they're all the same movie. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one's which. That's My Boy.
Some people, yeah, That's My Boy. I've heard is funny. I have not seen it though.
Hall Pass was 2010s?
Yeah.
No. Wow.
Time flies, man.
Holy shit. Neighbors was funny. Book Smart I have not seen. This is a pretty good list.
Yeah. It was underwhelming to me. It shows how far comedies have fallen.
Derek Eagleton is the one that said MacGruber. He's 100% right. That movie's amazing.
Yes, I agree. I should have had MacGruber on there for sure.
Trainwreck. Schumer.
I think they're making a MacGruber series.
I saw that. I'm very excited because I love that movie. This week's
Will Forte is underrated.
he's so funny. I'm gonna fucking shoot. Like that alone is top of the list.
the first season or two of the first season or two of Last Man on Earth, the show he was on Fox, were pretty funny. Like Will Forte is a funny guy.
Oh, I love him. He's great.
Underrated SNL cast member.
Have you seen Tim and Eric's $1 Billion Movie?
No.
He's very funny in that. He's just a knife salesman, like a not like me, but like fancy.
Is that what inspired you to get into the business?
No, I was in it before this movie came out. He was like a fancy knife and katana salesman.
Okay.
And he keeps threatening to murder Tim and Eric throughout the movie. It's very funny.
Contribute to the list, folks, if you were interested in that. But it was just I was like, there's got to be more than this, but there wasn't a lot.
Fuck, dude, that's right. 2010s and after. We've talked about this before, but something changed then, and movies just aren't funny.
Yeah, well, the other thing is the majority of those movies are from before 2015, 2016.
Right. Right.
So really, in the last 6-7 years, it's gone way downhill.
What has any funny movie come out in like the last year or two?
Not that I can think of.
Does Don't Look Up count as a comedy?
Yes, I think it was supposed to be. There weren't a lot of laughs.
I liked that movie.
I enjoyed it more than a lot of other people. But I don't consider it like a hilarious comedy.
Good Boys, haven't seen that one.
That was good. That's probably the best that's come out in the last few years.
Last Man on Earth is a hidden gem, killer.
Oh, the TV show, yeah, that I mentioned.
Yep.
I
That
agree.
well, the opening scene is him taking a shit on a diving board into an empty pool. It's very funny. I don't know if it's the opening scene, but one of them. Hot Tub
Um,
Time Machine. Yes, I love that movie.
oh, you know what? Fuck, that should have been on there too. Hot
That
Tub Time
definitely
Machine.
should have been on there.
I
John
apologize.
John at the diner making up for his early comments.
Yes. Well, John stuck around. He really had nothing to do.
He actually did immediately retract it, but we'd moved on.
Meh. Too late, pal. Too little, too late. I say.
That's what I say.
No, I'm sure he's a good guy.
I'm actually surprised. Usually, when I see someone for the first time in here, I yell at them for some reason. So lucky him.
Well, it's good. We want to scare them away.
We're testing their loyalty. Do they
I
come
don't
back?
like too many of these. Like the guy that bitched about the titles being the dates.
Oh,
How am I supposed to know what the episode is if you put when it was streamed?
You know what's funny is that guy has been probably paying I don't know how much because
Yeah.
it wasn't a free episode guy because that's the only place where the
Right.
you know which one is the nice guys?
Was that the Nice Guys? Was that a comedy?
Which one is that? Because a bunch of people have said that.
They might be thinking of the other guys.
Yeah, 2016, the nice guys.
I know it's a movie, but is it a comedy?
That's what it says with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Seems very funny.
I remember that. It doesn't seem ripe for hilarity.
People often ask. That's my favorite thing on Google to look at. Sometimes the first one is, "What was the point of the nice guys?"
I'll bet it's people confusing it with the other guys.
Probably the other guys is great.
It inspired the title for Dirty Mike and the Boys.
That's true.
Yeah,
Homeless guy just fucks people in people's cars.
that's right. Speaking of Twitter, did you see? I retweeted Chris Gasper
Oh,
a couple hours ago. Did you see that?
I didn't.
Chris Gasper is like going after just random people on Twitter and shaming them for being young, I guess. He doesn't want a young following, this Chris Gasper.
I fucking idiot. Let's see.
I quote tweeted him. I burned him.
So someone said you were being anything but realistic today. Too much of the spoiled by the Brady mentality.
Yeah, so this is it's a conversation about Marcus Smart that I don't give a shit about. I guess Chris Gasper is critical of Marcus Smart, and someone called him out for it, basically.
And he said, "Come on, stop. You are just regurgitating points you heard from sports talk radio hosts. Unlike you, who graduated in 2019, I'm old enough to remember the Bird Celtics and the relative wasteland between that and Brady's emergence. You don't even know Boston sports pre-Brady. You don't even know."
Is that not the most condescending prick statement? Like, I'm old, so I know so much more than you.
Yeah, and you said shame on you for being under 85 and paying attention to a newspaper columnist.
Yeah. I mean, the real issue is if this guy, first of all, if he actually graduated in 2019, that means Gasper like looked into him, like looked at his bio and shit.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see if that guy's
which is a move that I've certainly done before.
yeah.
But if you soberly look at what you're doing, you're like, oh god.
Yeah, this dude's bio is UMass Lowell 2019.
So Chris Gasper like looked into him and
Huh.
was like, "Fuck you."
Okay, I'm actually Team Gasper. Fuck this
Why?
guy. His bio is UMass Lowell 2019. Work until you no longer have to introduce yourself.
Well, listen, I'm not saying this is the greatest guy ever.
I'm Team Gasper.
My point is,
No changing my
Gasper
mind.
is shaming people on Twitter for being young and following him.
Did you see? Did you want me to read that again? Because that was disgusting.
I read it again.
UMass Lowell 2019. Work until you no longer have to introduce yourself.
I like that.
Oh God.
I'm going to start using that.
God, that's worse than TJ Miller, which people will hear.
If I from now on, when I meet someone new, I'm just going to stick my hand out to shake it. And when they say, "And you are," I'm going to say, "I guess I'm not working hard enough."
Fuck.
Guess I haven't done my job. I like that. But I find it funny, like when you know who it reminded me of is Darren Ravel,
Oh, yeah.
where Darren Ravel, like, just the littlest comment, and he's like, "Fuck you." It's like, fucking relax, man.
We do have, a couple Russia-related Ruthkandas.
Let's hear those. I'm always down for a.
I think you sent me one, didn't you?
I sent you one that I believe the great visionless Dave sent me.
From, Ellie Mistel?
I think so. And then the other one I have not heard yet.
Yeah, the other one is insane.
All
It
right.
should be more popular.
Okay.
Here's my 9-year-old's analysis. This is the one you sent me. I agreed with almost everything President Biden said, except for the part about not wearing masks in places like schools. I think maybe President Biden doesn't understand how easy it is to wear a mask.
It's bragging that your kid has been brainwashed.
No shit. No shit. We did a story about some like Ron DeSantis was yelling at those kids.
Yeah.
Which I agreed with what he said, but I wish he just sent the tone in the parents or teachers' directions.
How
Um,
much of a win would it have been? Not even if he's sending it in the parents or teachers' direction. If he just did that, but was like, "Hey, you guys can leave the masks on, but we don't really need them," and just moved on. Wasn't like an asshole about it.
that would be perfect because who gives
It
a
would have been a huge win for him.
yeah, and the more I was thinking about it, it's clearly because he's gonna be running for office. He's running on no mask, and if he has people wearing masks behind him, it's gonna look like he is weak or something. That's my
Yeah, but if just all you got to do is make a joke about it, and then everyone loves it. Instead, he looks like a fucking prick. Where he's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, if he was gonna keep the tone, I wish he just turned to the cameras or something, but
Oh, that would have been that would have been charming.
yeah.
Folks, this is ridiculous. I'm looking at you, America.
So, this next one, you're gonna love it.
Oh, really? Okay.
It is from a verified Twitter account at Stop Anti-Semites.
Well, they've got a good cause that they're working for, I suppose.
Correct. Breaking. Putin's Russian military missiles just hit the Babi Yar Holocaust Memorial Site. 33,371 Jews were horrifically murdered at Babi Yar. Putin has just killed them for a second time.
Oh, I saw that one.
It was like, come on.
I enjoyed that.
Someone sent that. I forget who sent that to me. Let me check.
Killed them for a second time. I like to think that they're like climbing out of their graves.
From Rutherford Burnley.
Like they're almost reincarnated. And then Putin, bam, not so fast.
Like it was like, oh my God, they made it. As you just hear like the
Like, oh, come on. Russia again? Is Stalin still there? What's that person's bio? Stop anti-Semitism.
let's check it out. Exposing anti-Semitism regardless of source.
That's good.
Yeah.
Regardless of source. And that's verified on Twitter. I like that.
Verified.
I gotta say, no snappy catchphrases like the kid from Lowell.
Kid from Lowell. Goddamn. Fuck.
Work. What was it?
Let
Work
me-
hard enough that you don't have to introduce yourself.
Work hard or work until you no longer have to introduce yourself.
I like that. That's gonna change my life
It's disgusting.
someday. When I'm being sworn into office, I'm gonna say I owe it all to that kid.
Remember,
That, Chris Gasper shamed.
remember Pepper Brooks?
Is that his name, Pepper Brooks?
Yeah, he's your Gary V.
He is. He inspired me to greatness. What if you read that? You just read the quote, "Work until you don't have to introduce yourself,"
Yeah.
and I just stood up from my desk here and walked away. No one ever heard from me again.
Retired at 30.
I move out to the fucking the countryside.
That's fucking. Let's see what kind of posts these people are working with.
Oh, I don't know how much I want to look into this. Who are we looking at now?
StopAntisemitism.org.
Yeah, what's their last tweet?
Why is at Meta Facebook still allowing? Yeah, this is just anti-Russia now.
Okay. That's not the juice we're looking for.
No. Holocaust survivor from Ukraine lands in Israel, reunites with 3 granddaughters. Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, let's
Yawn.
boo. I just
Now, what did you tease before the show started? You told me about. You asked if I heard of something, and I wasn't familiar with it.
oh, that article. Let me pull
What is
that.
this now? I'm very curious.
Let me pull that up.
Piqued my interest.
Hold on. It's a weird article. People aren't enjoying it.
All right. By the way, I guess the "Don't Say Gay" bill still rages on in Florida.
Really?
I saw something like they were giving. Is it the CEO of Disney? I think they were giving him shit for not denouncing the "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
So this article is straight men in bromances kiss, cuddle, and stand around naked together.
And what?
It's published by
I'm confused by what this is.
It's just like one of those articles that's like, what could you? It's just like one of those what are they called? I don't like Teen Vogue
Okay.
type articles, except it's about male bromances, which is literally just a gay relationship from their description.
Yeah. So who are they attacking here?
Nobody. It's just an observation they're finding.
That men get naked and hug each other?
So if we hang out this weekend, we're
Which
just
we
gonna
won't.
cuddle. We're just gonna cuddle naked and kiss a little. Nothing gay about
Who are they
it.
saying does this though? I'm confused by it. Why is it a
that-
story? Why am I finding out about it?
My guess, it's like people on the same level as like I'm gonna live as a cat for the rest of my life. They're like, I'm straight, but me and this guy like, are just
Yeah.
really good friends.
Well, that sounds fun.
According to research published in Sex Roles, a journal of research, there's a strong desire to cuddle and hug between bromantic friends while kissing. It's just another way of showing affection.
These are just guys that are fucking each other.
Right.
These are guys that are dating.
Yeah.
Right? These are not like friends aren't doing this with each other.
Yeah, I've never done that in my life.
I don't know about
one of the students involved told students. Now I'm confused here.
College students, probably.
Yeah, probably. One of the students involved, yeah, middle school kids. One of the students involved told the authors, "You can lie in bed with your bromance, have a cuddle, and just talk." Well, another said he understood it as having a cuddle buddy. Ugh.
This is people are fucking with them, or they're fucking with us, or something. This is not a real story.
It's a real publication.
Where's it from? Who printed this dreck?
The Metro.
I'm not buying it, Metro.
A third thought cuddling, hugging, and sex jokes were a core part of a bromantic friendship. I think the sex jokes probably.
I'm not feeling it. I feel like it's too. That seems like an article that's written so that like someone like me is like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're trying to antagonize us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It worked on some people on Twitter. I saw it and I was like, yeah, it makes sense.
Not this brain. You got to work a little harder. Get up a little earlier in the morning, Boston Metro.
That headline, that's funny. That headline is a podcast description for VGS, I think.
That's also true.
Craig and Matt.
Well, a very good show Boy's been up to. I haven't heard much from them lately.
Being quiet. I keep telling Mike to just stop being on Twitter.
Why is he still going at people?
No, and I think he's better for it.
Oh,
so
good.
I have to keep reminding so he doesn't relapse. It's like using Twitter is like another friend I have that's like got a booze problem. That I'm like, how you been doing? Staying on there?
Any wacky hijinks in the latest episode?
We just went over the nuclear powers um,
Oh, good.
in the country and played smash or pass with the United States of like who would attack us and who would not.
What I'd really love is to turn on, pick your news station. Let's use CNN,
Mhm.
and Anderson Cooper's on, and he's like, let's go to Very Good Show for their take on what's happening in the Ukraine right now.
I think if we got enough people to reach out, it could maybe happen.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sure.
literally everyone we know be like, you have to have these left-leaning gay guys on to
Yeah,
talk about.
it wouldn't take 2 seconds to be like, no, I don't think so.
I think they're wrong. He just immediately cancels us.
By the way, finally, we're having a woman on. Why are you laughing? Well, not we. I am, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In studio?
No.
When's this?
I'll be recording it Wednesday, so it won't be up for it'll be up in June.
For who?
Katie Hannigan is stand up, and we're doing just like women in general. I think in comedy.
Are you gonna be honest with her? Or are you gonna be like, "No, they're great"?
Well, I don't think I'm as bigoted as you. I'm not as closed minded, but
I just say it out loud.
I was glad though that she like we had talked about it, and I like explained the premise of the podcast to her, and
Mhm.
I told her like what Anthony DeVito picked and blah blah blah, and I was like, "So would that interest you at all?" And she was like, "Yeah, maybe we could do like just like a general episode about women in comedy." And I was like, "Oh, thank God," because I didn't want to be like, "You probably want to talk about ladies, right?"
That's an episode I wish I was on.
I'm glad you're not.
Probably for the best, yeah.
Yeah, so look forward to that. We got the Greg Giraldo episode. I think is one of the best,
I haven't listened to it yet.
or one of my maybe just one of my favorites. But we found a lot of funny Giraldo clips and things that I enjoyed looking back at.
I'm not positive too, so, anyone listening to this, I think this is the free episode if I'm not mistaken. So,
I don't know.
if anyone's listening to this, know that, there's probably on video version of the Geraldo episode, a couple segments missing, and that's just due to Viacom holding us by the balls on YouTube.
Is that happened with this one too?
I don't recall, but I assume you played some of his roast stuff,
Yeah.
so that would not be on there.
Shit.
So, check out the audio version
The
where
strange thing is, I get all this shit from YouTube.
oh, if you got it from YouTube, it might be fine.
Well, but those are the only clips I've ever gotten, more or less, is from YouTube.
Was it posted by Viacom in some
I
capacity?
don't know.
That's always what it's the only hang up I've ever had on posting any of these is from Viacom.
Dirty bastards.
Motherfucker.
That's why Comedy Central is failing. You hear me?
You hear what he's saying? It'd be great though if you could run Comedy Central for a month. Make it just go back to the late 90s, early 2000s.
I mean, I think we're pretty much there where they'll take volunteers.
Mm.
Just anyone that says, hey, give me some 90s sitcoms to line up.
Well, dude, that channel used to be after like 7 p.m. It would just only be stand up until like 4 in the morning.
Stand up or like Chappelle's show and South Park and
Yeah, good stuff. I miss
Yeah.
Comedy Central Presents so badly.
yeah, but I mean to defend them a little bit, like would people be watching that? And I think that's the problem they ran into.
I think I would if it was on.
Yeah, well maybe, but did you watch like I mean Sam Morrill had one and Mark Norman and a lot of these guys had them that like we didn't even know about. Tim Dillon I think had one.
Back
And no one knew they existed.
Well, that's their fault. The only reason I know the other ones existed because they would always play them, and I would eventually catch them.
That was one problem is I forget who I was listening to talk about this, but they got a maybe Nate Bargatze.
Mhm.
But they got a Comedy Central special and ran it once. And that was it.
Ari.
Ari
Yeah, that happened to him too.
makes sense. It was probably all of them that, post 2010 or whatever. But like pretty much the reason I got into. I talk about it in the Geraldo episode a little. Like the reason I'm a fan of the comedians I'm a fan of now is because they reran Greg Giraldo shit all day, every day.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I really like this guy. And then that led to me getting into like Tough Crowd and that sort of shit, you know?
It is wild just that man a lawyer, a Harvard graduate lawyer.
Yeah. Well, we talk about
You
it
picture
on
him.
the latest Why You Laughing.
I imagine. I just imagine him walking the campus compared to like everyone else.
Yeah. All right, folks. Anything else? Anything in the comments before we get out of here?
Comments, questions, post them. Go.
Yeah, fire away. John at the deli, you're new here. You must have something to ask.
Yeah, John at the diner.
Well, whatever.
But no, but like even just that joke. Wow, what episode was that when we played? The Tough Crowd. The with Dennis Leary and him fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You could just see how smart he was in that argument and how quick he was.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like Russia, for example, that big Russian war.
Yeah, just came. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was fucking brilliant. Well, we talk a lot in the episode about how he probably would have been the next host of the Daily Show.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Yeah, but
that would have been great.
But alas, he loved his drugs.
Free this Thursday.
Yes.
Why Are You Laughing? Wherever you get podcasts.
I don't know. Is this the free one? I also enjoyed Tuesday's episode.
That's up to you. I've enjoyed this episode. Mike, what is your plans for the rest of the summer without KMS?
Plans for the rest of the summer? I don't know. I didn't have any plans for the summer with KMS, so.
You guys not really, the next question is, do you really think Kirk's taking a year off?
He says he is. I have no idea. I believe whatever he says, and I believe that's like people get mad. It's like he's free to change his mind. You know, who gives a fuck?
I'm almost positive people are hung up on that. I'm pretty sure he changed his mind by the end of that episode.
Right? He's like, who knows? I'll be back.
Yeah, he's probably, which means he'll be doing the show.
I'd say remains to be seen. Enjoy the episodes when they come out. You know,
right?
That's my only advice.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, gang. We will talk to you later. Who knows who's hearing this? Maybe it's free. Maybe it's not.
We'll see.
But if it is, and you think, oh, Mike says the Tuesday episode was good. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you go to patreon.com/blindmike. Sign up. Any level. You sign up for the whole year, you get 2 months free. How can you beat that? Huh?
Some say you can't.
And these other Patreons, they give you a free episode and a bonus episode. We give you a free episode, a bonus episode, and other stuff you don't want.
Right.
That's pretty good.
TV time capsule of drunk actors. You ever seen that?
Oh, you know what? I like when there's someone new on the Patreon. Because someone tweeted at me and was like, Mike, you really swing and a miss with this Cheers thing. I don't even understand why you did it. You guys are just watching a show and commenting on it. I was like, oh, yeah. Get used to it, Buster.
When is Shane Gillis coming on?
Never. That ship has sailed. He'll be on Be a Man's podcast next week.
He's too famous now. But then again, Be a Man was just on at a theater near me, so it all comes full circle.
It really does. No, I don't know. So I asked Shane, he said yes, and then I followed up and he never got back to me. So I don't want to keep bugging him. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be doing me a favor, clearly, by coming on. So I don't want to keep you said, remember?
Remember when you said?
I just texted him a screenshot. I'm like, see? You
Killer
said it.
Killer wants to know if you would like him to book him while he's in Edmonton.
If you wouldn't mind, yeah. I mean, hey, tell him. Say, Blind Mike wants you on the show. What are you doing?
Scream it out in the middle of one of his jokes, actually.
No. Definitely don't.
Blind Mike said you were coming on his show, before
he
hits a punchline. Do that.
No. Don't disrupt the man.
And when he just gives you that look, be like, okay, I'm sorry. And then 10 minutes later, do it again. And as you're getting dragged out, say, you said you'd go on Blind Mike Project. This is bullshit. As you're leaving the club.
No. None of that is necessary. But thank you for your concern. I do have some good news as far as my comedy going is concerned.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned on KMS dreaded potential trip to Florida with the family.
Uh-oh.
Well, we worked it out, and the week I'm going, Doug Stanhope is there.
Interesting. I've
So
never
I was
seen
like,
him.
all right, check one night off the list.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be your mom's gonna think she's going with you.
No, we invited. They can come if they want.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I don't think I'd want to go to a thing like that with my parents.
and they don't. They're not particularly closed. Like they wouldn't give a fuck, you know.
No, it's more like my parents have come see me do stand up before, and
Hmm.
when other people are on stage, they'll talk to them like sometimes.
Oh no, she'd be getting an old knuckle to the jaw if that happens.
Yeah, no, I gave them a tongue lashing, as they
Yeah.
say.
No, that's a big no-no.
Right. They didn't know, but I was like, "Come on."
All right, that's it.
Until then, have yourself a great day. And as always,